Hey there, I'm Kendra Warren. I'm an independent Lifewave rep. And today I'm going to go over a few things that I like to have on hand and things that help make it easier for me to keep all my stuff together in case I happen to run across anybody that needs patched, or if I'm at a horse show or something like that. You can find this on my Facebook page too. Just go on Facebook and look up hashtag get you patched and you'll find my page there. Anyway, first of all, I keep all of my stuff in a little bag. This is just a little 6 or 8 can cooler. You can use a 31 bag or something like that. I had that before, but it wore out, so I went to the dollar store and got a little $6 cooler. And I like those because they are insulated. And in the summertime, you want to keep your patches somewhat cool. You don't want to really have them in direct heat. I don't really know if it affects their longevity, but I don't want to take my chances, so I keep mine in a cooler to keep them kind of temperature regulated. But I always have, that's where I keep my patches. I always have a little booklet that comes with them, whether it's the Lifewave Energy, whatever, because it's a nice quick reference for people if they want to look at it. I kind of know where I like to place things anyway, but some people like to look at it. So I'll carry that in there along with my patch sleeves, business cards, and brochures. Another thing, when I come across somebody that wants patched, one thing I do instead of taking the backing off these patches first is I carry tape with me all the time. Masking tape will work too, but this is just that paper medical tape that you can get. Anyway, I just take a piece off and I stick it directly to the top of the patch. And that way I can stick it to them and move it around if I need to. Then once I find the right spot of where they get the most pain relief, then I'll just take the backing off of the patch there and stick it to them, take the tape off and throw it away. So that way I don't mess with any of the backing and lose the stickiness and waste my patch. Super glue is another thing, actually, and eyelash glue. I've actually used this on people quite a bit. It doesn't hurt them. It washes off with water. So anyway, I just put a little bit. This one, you kind of want the one with the brush. Just put a couple little dots on the part of the sticky, and it actually works really well because some people, get hot or whatever, and they might fall off. I use that on horses a lot too. Super glue works really well, but I deal with a lot of people that have show horses that don't want to mess their coat up, so this actually doesn't come off, and they don't like that. So that's when I go with the eyelash glue. I've actually found some, if you can find a waterproof one, it will eventually come off, but it's nothing like the residue from super glue. Doesn't damage or dull the hair. Also, another thing I like to have besides all of that is I carry these little gold and colored stickers. The company has these little circle stickers. I think you can get like the glutathione, the Eon, and the energy ones, and maybe Nirvana. But what you do with those is you're taking them off, and I have my camera a little too high, sticking them right over the top of your patch. That way, I don't know, probably to draw more attention. For me, what I do is I use these little stickers, and I like them because they're color coded. Our glutathione, as you can see, we've got different color sleeves. We've got the red, gold, silver, and blue. And we've got red, gold, silver, blue stickers right here. And what I do, I just take a sticker off and set it right in the middle, or stick it right in the middle of the patch. And that way I can keep track of which patches are which if something falls off, or if I'm moving something around, or if the people come back later on and say, hey, what did you have stuck here? It really helped my horse. Then I'll know. So I just put the blue one on the Eon because the Eon's blue. But the trouble with these patches is you only have a white and a tan, and sometimes those white ones are hard to distinguish which is which. I always like to have alcohol swabs too, or a little bottle of alcohol and some cotton balls or something. Some people wear lotion or they get hot and sweaty, and the patches don't stick real well to that. Or if a horse is really dirty and dusty, just take the alcohol swab or cotton ball or whatever and clean that area that you're going to patch, and then, you know, dry it off. And the patches stick really well after that. They don't, you know, they don't come off. So anyway, it's not much, but it is something that I like to do. I've also been kind of doing this, and I'm getting actually more feedback, probably because somebody, you know, they're getting something for free. But I've got several of these can koozies, and you can get them online. Just go to my page and ask, and I can get you the website. Or actually, you can go to the AccuLifeNow.com/Kendra L. Warren. Or if you have your own website, just the AccuLifeNow.com/whatever your login is. And at the bottom of that first page, there's the AccuLife apparel store, and that will have all of these. You can't really see it, but that'll have a link to buy these, or you can, you know, go to your local shop and get your own. But anyway, what I do is I stick a horse brochure. I've got a people one that I made myself. It's just like a card that's got all of the different products we have, and then I put a business card in there, and I lay them out on my table, or I'll keep a few in my my little bag here, and just kind of hand them out to people. And since I've started doing that, people actually have been getting back a hold of me rather than them taking a brochure and tossing it in the trash later on. Another thing that I have started to carry, I usually don't have these out unless I'm got a booth somewhere, is my patch sheet. Everything's backwards because I've got this turned around. But I've got a horse and a human patch sheet. And basically what it is they're just blank forms. You fill out their information at the top, and the bottom tells you know, a little bit about their problems. And then, you know, you can put X's or, you know, abbreviations of what patches you're using on the person or the horse. But they're a good one to have around too. That way, you know, if you're patching somebody, you can keep track of them, and you can keep track of them for year-end things. Or I have a lot of people 6 months down the road will call and say, your horse patched, you know, you patched my horse at this spot. I've got my own patches now. Where do I do this? And of course, I always tell them to check how we always do, like we do in the videos. But some horses, like I have a few horses that they don't show any pain, and we have different ways that we patch them that give them the best performance. So it's those kind of people that really call back and want to know exactly how that horse was patched to get them to perform like they did. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do with these papers, and I probably may do one with the excuse me, with the application sheet, because it never fails. I always need one, and I don't have one on me, and they don't fit in my bag very well. I'm going to probably go to my local print shop and have them make me like half pads of, you know, make these smaller. That way I can carry them around a little bit easier with, and I don't have as much wasted paper. I don't like to have a lot of stuff to carry around. So anyway, as far as patches go, we have quite a few different kinds of patches, and I don't carry everything around with me. I carry the main ones I carry. I'm starting to carry the X39 because it's a new one I'm playing around with. But I do the AccuLife, Eon, Glutathione, Icewave, Energy, and then I'm out of them right now, but I have a carnosine usually I take with me. Those are the ones that I use on everything pretty much. So we use it on horses and people. I used them on cattle the other day. My dog uses them. I've even patched my cat. I have some reps under me that patch cattle and hogs and you know, different things like that. So anyway, it's good to have a little bit of a variety if you can. But that's why I use tape. I have reps that are like, well, I go through so many patches and I give so many away, and then I waste the sticky on the back, and then I'm out all this money. Well, what you do is you take the patches and you put a piece of tape on them and you patch the person like you would normally patch them to get them out of pain or whatever they're wanting. And once you do that, you can take those patches right back off. If they don't end up wanting to buy them from you, like to pay you for them or whatever, or if they want to see, before and after, like that pain a lot of times is going to come back when you take those patches on. So that's when they're going to realize, hey, this is really doing something for me. And then they'll say, oh yeah, leave them on. And then they'll pay you for them or whatever. But if they don't, that's fine. It's not a big deal. You just take the tape off and throw it away and keep your patch. You can patch 50 people with the same one if you want. You're going to get the same relief from one person to the next with the same patch. Just because you take it off of them does not mean it is bad. So I do that a lot of times we've got a halter horse that we show just a few times a year. She does not like to be inside a lot. And when we take her up to the state fair, she gets real antsy. The fans and everything above freak her out. So what I do is I take the patches and white on the right, tan on the left, and I'll stick them right underneath her halter where they would be right behind her eye. And I just trim the little plastic part off. I don't cut the patch part, but I trim the sticky patch off. And I just put those on about 20-30 minutes before we show her, and then I take the halter right back off after I'm done, and I can use that halter and those same patches all summer as long as I keep it in a controlled temperature environment. So it's not in a hot trailer. But I do that a lot of times on her just because being in the show pen is the only time I have that problem with her. So to me, there's no sense in just leaving them on her. I mean, they are going to help her in some way, shape, or form, but that's just kind of how I am and how I like to do it. I also do that sometimes with horses. I'll glue them to the inside of the bell boots or something like that just to give them a little more energy flow through the front end. I'll patch like I would normally on their cornet band, but I think they stick better when I glue them to the inside of the boots. So when I'm done riding them, I can take them off, wash the horse, and then put them on for the next time. So I just kind of keep track of how long I'm using those patches for. But as a rule, when I'm patching a horse or a person or whatever, we do put them on and leave them on. But those are just a couple examples of when you can take them on and off. They'll shut down when you take them off, and they'll start working again immediately when you put them back on. So don't think if they fall off that they just need to go directly in the trash, because they don't. You're wasting money. So anyway, here's the X39. I don't know what's wrong with the lighting. Everything's backwards, but anyway, I've been keeping that in there. I'm still kind of learning it and playing around with it, but anyway, if you have any other questions, like I said, look me up on Facebook. My name's Kendra Warren. It's hashtag get you patched, or you can also go to my website and get all my information on there. It is www.lifewave.com/Kendra L. Warren, or AccuLifeNow.com/Kendra L. Warren. That's all horse related on that site. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this helped and it wasn't too long, but thanks.